Hello, Soul Family. Welcome to the weekly Oracle Wednesday reading. I'm really excited to be seeing what is uncovered today because I have noticed yet another shift in energy, and it just seems like there has been some really deep processes going on over the last week, and the energies coming onto the planet have really made it in a way that there could be this heightened exhaustion, this heightened feeling of almost depleted energy. So we're really being asked to take the rest when we need it right now. That is a really big theme moving through the collective. So before we begin this reading, as always, I am going to call in the energy of spirit to clear our space, to call in the divine light, to clear anything that is not of the highest and greatest good for ourselves and for the greater good of all. And just allow yourself to come into this space, and I will spray some Palo Santo spray within my field and also send it out into the field towards you to clear the energies and to be open to these messages that are in alignment at this time. So remember to use your discernment, use your intuition. What feels resonant to you is meant for you, and what does not resonate you can leave behind, right? So just allow yourself to be open to what comes through. And, if this is your first time on my channel, I also want to say welcome. My name is Carolyn Marie Yakopich, and I'm the founder of Soul Awakening School. I'm here every Wednesday offering readings, every Monday offering meditations. So thank you for being here. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and let's get started. So we're starting with the Star Child Oracle again, one of my favorite decks here. I'm just calling in the energy for this week and what is coming through for the collective as one card completely just pops out of the deck immediately. Ooh, Rainbow Child. All right. It says unstoppable new earth builder, multi-talented, miraculous alchemy. Okay. What a beautiful card. I mean, one thing I can say coming through about this, because there is this aspect that so many of us are multifaceted in our talents, in our abilities, in what we're sharing. And sometimes that can get a little bit overwhelming, or it will create some resistance in us of how to move forward or what to offer next or what to do next with our lives or in our business, in our career. So we're really being asked to slow down so that we receive the clarity of what it is that we're meant to step into next, what we are meant to say yes to, what we are meant to say no to. And really, it's a time where, niching into like one aspect and one area, it's no longer applicable. It can work. Yes, of course it can work. However, if you have been someone who has multiple different, modalities or multiple different gifts that you are aware of, it is time to integrate and work with them all. And if this is something that you are currently struggling with, I do offer one-to-one sessions. I'll link below the space where you can book a session if that's something you feel called to. But it is really important to allow yourself to fully express yourself authentically in all forms, in all ways, in all aspects of your multidimensionality, right? It says you are multi-talented. So remember the rainbow child that comes in on the planet, right? We've had the waves of the indigos. That was my era, the indigo children. I was a little bit on the cusp before, yet that was part of my beingness coming here, right? So we have the indigos, we have the crystal children, the rainbow children. It's like every wave of child that comes in is coming in more online, more aware, more even when it comes to technology, right? It's like the children coming in now, of course, that's what's being developed and that's what's being, nurtured because it is at the forefront of our existence right now. So, of course, they're going to be more open to learning it and quicker at it. But it's like they come in with this natural, innate ability to really be in tune and to remember their true nature, right? So, this is that reminder for us that we hold these codes, these rainbow codes within us, right? And the rainbow codes is when we are fully integrated and online with our gifts and our abilities. So, just really being aware of where you might be watering yourself down, where you might be resistant to share aspects or parts of yourself in the work that you do, in your relationships, in your family, and allow yourself to be who you are. Allow yourself to say what you need to say, right? This is the time where we are all needed to step into our authenticity and into our gifts and our abilities, because the more that we allow ourselves to be in truth, to be in that highest vibration and frequency of who we are, connected to God, Goddess, Source, Creator, all that is, the more that we allow ourselves this presentation, and not as a performance, but as an expression of who we are, the more we allow ourselves to be in that energy within ourselves, the more we are lighting up the world, the more we are helping others become inspired by our own presence of being true to our nature and to our origins. So, keeping that in mind. So it also says new earth builder, right? This is part of being in that new earth paradigm, the true earth. It's about being in the fullness and authenticity of who we are. No more people pleasing, no more watering ourselves down, no more, fear. It's like time to move beyond that fear of putting yourself out there, of being yourself fully. It is time. It is time, brothers and sisters. It is time. So, asking for a card now to support this message and seeing what is presenting itself at this time. And there we go. Of course, it's so aligned. Multidimensional. See this being who is fully integrated online, like the Lemurian codes, the Atlantean codes, all coming through, and all the different aspects of the self coming in. And it just feels very cosmic, very lit up by whatever this being is bringing forward. So this is what we are being asked to do now, bringing in our multidimensional nature, being the master of our multidimensional selves. And it says multiple dimensions, timelines, be you. Don't even try to fit in. You can't make this up. There's not much more I can say about that, right? I just said it in the last card. So let's keep going, seeing what else is coming through. This is the time, soul family. This is the time. We really, really are being called to show up right now. And if you're hiding, if you are, feeling like there's this insecurity popping up, reach out for some assistance so that you can move through these blocks. Sometimes we need someone to hold the hand, right? It's like we have the third dimensional reality of our earthly plane, of our physicality, our physical body. We have the fifth dimensional of the fully open heart, the fully online, multi-dimensional being. And then that fourth dimension is the collective thought processes. And sometimes we pick up the thought processes moving through the collective that aren't even ours. Sometimes we go out and we pick up the emotions and the feelings of others. So really being aware of coming back to your own energy, cleansing your energy. More practices are going to be coming on my channel of spiritual protection, aura cleansing, aura protection. I do have some for the arc line, that is the nucleus of the aura. I'll link that below as well. But it's really important to be mindful of this. And, if there is that need for assistance to move just through that next block, reach out to a mentor. I'll link again below, but if there's somebody that you've been wanting to work with or they've been in your field, maybe now is the time to step forward and to ask for a little bit of assistance. So a couple cards popped out. We're going to go forward. Know yourself. Meditate. Who am I? The veil is lifting and opening. So, and I mean, I love this image because it's like it says meditate, but this woman is clearly like her third eye is open. She is fully embodying her sensuality, her beauty. It looks like totally like she's a belly dancer, which I absolutely love, or a Hawaiian dancer, like just very much embracing who she is and comfortable in her own skin. And the more we meditate, the meditation doesn't have to be sit still, like sit and clear your mind and sit still. However, because we are in the information age, because we are in this moving, go, 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 go kind of simulation, right, of how the world has been set up. Now more than ever, it really is important to find that stillness. So sitting still as part of meditation is important. When I lived at the Osho Meditation Resort in Pune, India, we learned something that was invaluable for my entire life moving forward. And it was moving the body first before sitting in meditation. Because when you shake or dance, or do a little bit of yoga. That's why a lot of the times you'll do yoga practices that have postures first and then shavasana at the end, or then a meditation at the end, because there is so much wrapped up in the body, the muscle memory, the emotions, the, memories of your experiences, the addictions are actually your body that pull you into it. So when you have a food craving, or when you have, say, even a coffee craving, it's not really your mind that is like, I need coffee, I need coffee. No, your body's like craving it, right? So your body is unconscious to a degree until you can bring your awareness so present into the moment that your mind can be conscious of the body's pulling you out of the present moment. Your body's way of, making you kind of go for that thing that might not be in the highest or greatest good for you, and that. So really taming the body is what meditation does. So moving the body first helps to move all that energy, because if we just sit immediately and try to like still the mind, there's so much going on in the physicality of us. So if you can do something to move, maybe put on your favorite song at this time and dance for a couple of minutes or 5 minutes if you can, and then sit down for meditation. If you like to move your body or stretch or shake or, do different kind of tai chi, whatever it is, do something physically first. And even Tai Chi is a little more energetic, right? So something a little more vigorous for the body. Could be exercise as well. So doing something and then sitting for meditation. And the more you meditate, the more you will know yourself. Because meditation brings you into the stillness of the present moment. And in the stillness of the present moment, you receive so much information that is meant for you. Your spirit, your guidance, your connection to source comes through in those moments of stillness. If we are always busy, if we are always thinking and our mind is just full of thoughts, there's no space for anything else to come in. So that's why clutter clearing is important in our space as well. There's so many layers and levels. That's why the clutter clearing of the body is by moving the body. Moving the body will help you to clear that space so that the meditation can go deeper and land deeper. And the more you meditate, the more you disidentify, not miss, but unidentify. That's the word I'm looking for. Unidentify with all your identities. Because if you can move beyond time and space, beyond knowing you're a mother or a father or a sister or a best friend or, a coach or a mentor or a teacher or whatever it is, or a nurse, whatever you are, right? The identities label us into a box. And our multidimensional nature asks us to be free of all of that. So the moment we can create space and move beyond our own senses, which is what meditation does, it moves us beyond the senses of smelling, tasting, touching, feeling. All of that starts to go into the background. and then we can clear ourselves, and then suddenly we're tapping into realms beyond this third dimensional reality, beyond our senses, which allows us to open our field to new possibilities, because then we are now operating as energy and not as matter. We are no longer identifying with the physical matter and those identities that we put on ourselves. And we're opening to this energy, which is limitless. There is no identity on an energy, right? It's like if you're just pure energy, pure consciousness, anything can be created from that space of pure consciousness. So the veil is lifting. The more that you do this, the more the veil is going to lift so that you are fully in your multidimensional nature, and you are fully building that new earth paradigm for yourself. And that is when you are truly unstoppable. It says unstoppable on this first card. That is truly when you are in your authentic nature. So the last card that came through is Cosmic Heart Source. And you know, it's like when we tap into the cosmic heart, when we tap into the fearlessness of allowing our hearts to be open, and that can take some work. You know, a lot of the times we have emotional states, things that have happened to us in the past that have caused us to close and tighten our heart. And you know, one thing that I know, it's like, I remember writing poetry as a child, and this thing that came up around it was always about having a frozen heart, feeling like the heart space was frozen. And that is why tears can be so healing. And we are constantly grieving the old self, right? Sometimes there's not even a lot of time for that. We just jump into the new expression of who we are, and we've left behind aspects, and then it comes in a little bit later and we're like, whoa, what just happened? Like I completely shifted timelines there. And then some of those emotions might bubble up, and it's like really important to give space to those. So if you do have this sense or this feeling like you're holding in emotions, you're holding in tears, allow them to flow. You don't need to know why you're crying. It's okay. Sometimes tears of gratitude come forward, and that is cleansing, and that will open the heart even further. So tapping into the cosmic heart, knowing that as within, so without, right? I, source of all, true home, just be, heart connection. And the flower of life is there as well, which weaves through all of creation. So remember, you are the light. You are integrating the aspects of your shadow into the light. And the more that you allow yourself to be in the space of your heart, place your hands on your heart, breathe into the heart, you know, keep coming back to our hearts, showing compassion and love and kindness to ourselves and to others. The more we remember this key, the more we can open every door in our life. So I'm going to end with one card here, and it's the Angelic Activations deck. We'll see which being is coming through to give us a message this week. So a lot came through with multidimensionality. Oh, this one popped right through. Okay. Okay, this is great. So this is great because first of all, look at her. Look at her hands are on her heart. Her heart is wide open. Her heart is full of light. And you'll feel this. The moment your heart opens, your magnetic field expands. And when your magnetic field expands, you are limitless. You have liberated yourself from stories, from your past programming. You are fully engaged in the present moment. When your heart is open, you are able to feel the love, the joy, the gratitude practices. So important to keep our heart open, to receive more, to give more. So this heart space, it's all about the cosmic heart source. So this is Gabrielle. Heal the child within. There are parts of yourself you had to abandon in your early years in order to survive, but now it's essential to reclaim all those parts in order to thrive. The child within you requires some tender, loving care at this time, so let them come to the surface and express all that needs to be shared. Hold them with compassion and give them radical healing, understanding, and love. The activation statement is I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. And in that statement alone, in that statement, I could feel the moving of the energy. And if you say this statement with your hands on your heart and feel the energy emanating from your heart, I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. Send the energy of healing through your entire body, from your heart space, in all directions, through your fingers, through your toes, up into your head. Just feel that embrace of your own healing energy, because we all are able to heal. We all are able to reclaim our divine sovereignty and our light within. So maybe your child is asking for some play, for some excitement, for some joy, for some celebration. And maybe that is how your inner child is asking to be seen right now. Maybe it is those tears that you have not yet shed. Maybe it is those parts of your multidimensional nature that you were aware of as a child because you felt so much. You might have seen spirits, you might have felt other people's emotions and energies, and you were already online and tapped in, and something in you protected yourself at some point because it wasn't safe at that time for you to fully express yourself. So now is the time to tend to your inner child, to tend to yourself, to mother, nurture yourself, father, nurture yourself, protect yourself, right? And from there, step forward and shine brightly. You've got this. We are well on our way, and just keep going one step after the other.